Hi, this is Becky Oberg from Recovering from Mental Illness, and today I'm going to talk about advice for the newly diagnosed. 1 out of every 4 Americans, from what I've heard, will be diagnosed at some point with a mental illness. That's an awful lot of people. Yet oftentimes it's a solitary journey. You wonder, who can I talk to be understanding? How do I reach out for help? Well, the good news is you don't have to do this alone. Here is some advice that I've found helpful. 1. Remember that it's not your fault. Mental illness is still being understood. We are at the point where we know as much about the brain as scientists did about the body when Washington was president. We don't know a lot, but we do know that it's a chemical imbalance. They can post-mortem detect the chemical imbalance, and that's no more your fault than the color of your eyes. It just happens. So that's important to remember, especially when people who subscribe to the stigma of mental illness try to blame you. It's not your fault. Don't let people convince you it's your fault. Second, I recommend getting involved with NAMI. When I was first diagnosed, my family was very much in denial. And we went like that for several years. We just didn't talk about my diagnosis. It was a secret. It was kept under wraps. A friend of mine from church got my parents involved in NAMI, and now we have a great relationship. They understand my diagnosis, and they're as close to understanding what it's like without having a diagnosis themselves that they can be. And finally, research your diagnosis and treatment plans. Education is key to knowing how to struggle your illness. For example, know the cycle of depression. My youngest brother told me what it looks like in me. He says, first, you get feeling better and feel like you can get a job. Then you go and apply for a bunch of jobs. Then you get discouraged because nobody hires you. Then you start playing video games all day, and finally you start sleeping on the couch. It is what it is. But it's useful to know, especially when I start playing a lot of video games. That's a sign that I'm about to crash. Anyway, that's my advice for you. If any of you have any other advice, feel free to leave it in the comments. Thank you.